have the last sharing by Brother Moses. He's working so hard. It is well appreciated with a heartfelt appreciation. Brother Moses.
Okay, I will do English first and then I interpret. Mine is quite short, don't worry. It's supposed to be on the spiritual growth and discipleship. Actually, you all have already talked so much. Quite a few of you have already mentioned what I would like to say. So I will go quite briefly. 其实大家已经讲了很多这个首要原则的这个它的那么好的效果在我们的生命里面所以我也不需要讲的很多了。但是我们肯定的 ，we certainly have grown spiritually in these 14 months through the learning of the apostles' teaching, the first principles, and also through learning in detail the book of Acts, and also by this method of Socratic method. 我们肯定在属灵上我们已经成长了，我们属灵的生命提升了不少了，因着这14个月所学习到的使徒的教导和这个使徒行传里面所讲的这些事情And we get a clear picture of the mystery of Christ as God revealed to Paul in Ephesians chapter 3 verse 2 to 6. That we are the ecclesia, a group of people called out of this sinful world to be the sons and daughters of God, irrespective of whether he's a Jew or he's a Gentile. 我们也从这里有一个很好的看到神在基督里面的奥秘就是神启示给保罗在以弗所书第3章2到6节那边我们是神的 ecclesia， 我们是神的 ecclesia， 就是我们是这个那个教会就是什么？不是教堂教会是一群的人一群的人被呼召出来，在一个家庭里面聚会。We also learn of the rich inheritance that we have in Christ. And also how are we to get involved with the Great Commissions？ 从这个首要原则的课程里面我们也学习到在基督里面我们有的那种丰盛的基业以及我们能够怎样的去参与在神的大使命里面。We are made aware of the importance of household administrations in God's eyes. 我们也同时刚才也有好多人讲了我们也是了解到说，在我们的家庭，其实教会就是家庭我们的家庭在神的眼中，家庭的操作、家庭的行政，在神的眼中是有非常重要的这个地位的所以 in fact all the works of great commissions of God, be they spiritual warfare and also choosing of the leaders, those things that is involved in the great commissions, they are always preceded by the administrations of our household, our relationship between husband and wife, parents and children, senior women and young women, and elder men and young men, employer and workers. Some of you have already covered this, so I do a very quick one. But these administrations in the household or in the marketplace are very important for us before we can engage the spiritual warfare, before we can really be serious in the things of God. If we do not have this basic work done properly, we cannot talk about engaging the spiritual forces. So this is what I have learned from this our discussions together. So, but I don't think I have time to go into this much detail. So And we know that the church is not the building that house many people or big congregations, but the church, the ecclesia, is a small group of a few families meeting in a house over a meal, and they celebrate the Lord's Supper with gladness. They devoted themselves to the apostle teaching and to have great fellowship plus prayer and worship. There are 4 things that they have done, you know. So I think some of them have already covered it. So I just go through it very quickly. So some of these we in FGB are already practicing, like having fellowship over a meal. But some aspect like devoted to apostle teaching, we are far from satisfactory. Just like just now our brother Kong, is it? He has said, 我们的共弟兄刚才也讲了，我们全福会已经有了一些这些传统，这些传下来的东西，但是我们有一些我们还是不是很好，就是在使徒的教导那边来施行这个使徒的教导。And the Lord's Supper too has lost its original meaning and practice and significance. So in Malaysia, we have decided that we are planning to slowly introduce this awareness and practice in our FGB chapters. We start by want to train our next line, our second line. That means our chapter presidents and the coordinators, you know, and we are adopting basically the teaching that here with some slight modifications to simplify it a bit, especially on the scholars part. We feel that it's a little bit too scholastic, or it's a bit too intellectual, some of it. So we have reduced those components, and we believe that it will be better suited to our second line leaders, and we are going to start it in April, very soon. We are now registering them. You know, we are going to start in April. I am pleased to announce also that I share this with my pastor. And although some of us say some pastors are not really cannot see this, but my pastor is quite readily. He let me introduce this to our home cell. So we are going to start this at the same time that we start in FGB. We are going to start this in the home cells of FGC. FGC. So FGB and FGC. Don't just the FGA, don't know when we do it. So we are going to do it. And also, I mean, thank God. So in 2 places already. We are also getting 2 or 3 brothers to do it on the more personal basis. I'm starting a group with 2 of our FGB brothers, new brothers, and also on our regular Saturday morning, we are going to convert it to discuss the first principles. So at least through my hands, I'm going to launch actually 4 groups, 2 big groups and 2 small groups, you know, so in starting April. So I'm excited actually. I think Hugo used to say that he is very excited, you know, getting the new group. And I'm excited because I actually have put in quite a bit of effort to read through again. And even my pastor allowed me to preach in our church at least 3 or 4 times already on these things. So the church is made aware of this, so that we can, when they start on this in the home cell. So I'm going to do very similar to Brother Hugo. The Monday one that he do for us, I will do also, but we are going to do on Tuesday, so that they can teach they can conduct the discussions on Sunday home cell meeting. So this is the sort of something that we are trying to reproduce. This is reproducible. This is simple, reproducible, you know. So I'm thankful for this program that we have learned, and we have sort of pick up from Brother Hugo, and that we can start the discipleship process in our way of life in our FGB. and also in our church, in my church, like at least, you know. So praise the Lord. This is my short sharing. 长话短说了，就是我们已经开始要把这个使徒的教导，把它传递到我们的下一层的领袖，就是说我们的分会会长，还有我们的联络员。同时，我在我的教会里面也神很恩待我，我的牧师他也知道了这个东西啊，我给他看了，跟他分享了，我也在教会有讲了3、4堂道哈，在这方面，那个使徒行传的哈，我其实我也传去给我们的 chat group 啊，请弟兄们给我一些 feedback 啊，所以感谢主啊，我的老师啊Brother Hugo 他给我几个，所以感谢主这些东西我也有机会其实我有因为记住这个，我其实I learned to internalize them to somewhat lah, not fully yet, but I learned to internalize them through my preparations of the preaching and the sharing in the church. So I'm thankful for what I have learned these 14 months and also that I'm able to have the opportunity to pass it down. Praise the Lord.
Thank you so much, Brother Moses, for your wonderful sharing.